Okay, hello everyone. So, welcome back to my class. In our previous class, we have started history class 6 chapter number 1 and we have done until page number 3 here until we have located this Ganga and its tributary called the Son river, and we have started this chapter what, where, how and when, and we have completed this finding out what happened, what can we know about the past, where did people live. So first people lived in the Valley, Indus river, and we have located this Suleiman and Kirtar hills over here where traces of where we found that people first start living here in this Kirtar hill, and after that in this Indus river and its tributary. We have learned about its tributary, and after that we have located this Vindhyas. This is in the central part of the India, and after that we have located this Ganga river and its tributary Son. So we have done until here. So we'll continue from this class now. It will continue from here. So we have located this. So say it is here, Ganga river and its tributary Son. It is here, okay, Son river. In ancient times, the area along these rivers to the south of the Ganga was known as Magad. So to the south of the Ganga, okay, this part was known as Magad, okay, Magad. So it was a very big and very powerful kingdom, now lying in the state of Bihar. So now this is in the state of Bihar. This Magad is in the state of Bihar. Its rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdom. Kingdoms were set up in other parts of the country as well. So this ruler, okay, is the ruler of this Magads were very powerful, and I hope you have heard about the famous King Dhananand. Okay, if you have watched the serial Chandragupta Maurya, you will see there, you will find out. Okay, so Dhananand was the first ruler. He was very powerful and he was able to capture more and more territories, and their aim was to capture whole of India, the subcontinent, okay, whole of India, and they have given a name as well, Akhand Bharat, and all these planning and everything, it was done by Chanakya. I hope you have heard about him, isn't it? He is a very famous economist who have planned everything. So here, this whole of India, their aim was to capture whole of India, because during those time, if I hope you have also heard that whenever there was a war between two kingdoms, the one who wins the war usually takes up the territory, and whatever the other king which have lost everything, okay, whatever the other king had, the winner will be taking up everything. So in that way they expand their territories in those days, okay, in those ancient days, not now. And okay, throughout, okay, these kings were very powerful, okay, and they, like, kingdoms were set up in other parts of the country as well, means by fighting, okay, by capturing other parts, they have set up in other part as well, okay, slowly from here they have captured on many parts of the Indian subcontinent. So why does we have seen in our previous class also, there is a movement of people move from one place to another because they are hunters, they are gatherers, isn't it, hunters, gatherers, and that's why they have to move from one place to another place in search of food. Otherwise, if they keep on staying in one place, what will happen? The resource will be over in which where they are staying. About that you will learn in our next chapter in detail. Okay, as for now, let us see people about the movement of the people here. Throughout, people traveled from one part of the subcontinent to another. The hills and high mountains, including the Himalayas, deserts, rivers, and seas, made journey dangerous at times, but never impossible. See, people have to travel from one place to another place. Even if they don't want to travel, they have to travel, okay, because those time we have seen that people usually settle near the edges of the river, on the bank of the river, isn't it? So what happens whenever there is a drought or whenever there is flood, danger of flood and all, they have to move from that place to another place. They have to find another place and they'll be moving to another place. So and because those at that time they can easily left behind everything and they used to move. Why? Because there was no system of property or anything. Like if in today's day, if there is a flood, for example, now, okay, as for now, if I want to give you an example, in northeast part of India, in Manipur, in Imphal Valley, especially in Imphal Valley, there is like continuous rain from 2-3 days and flood. Okay, heavy flood is there and rescue team have also been arrived. But the people over there, they cannot left their home, they cannot leave their home, and they cannot just go in another place. Why? Because now the people have the property, they own it, they have given money for it. But in the olden days, in the ancient days, it was not like that. Whenever they find that there is a flood or there is a drought, they simply leave that place and they are on the move for the search of the another place. Okay, and while moving, okay, it was very like you have seen India, see the subcontinent India, it is covered by mountains. Here it is Arabian Sea, here is Bay of Bengal, and here it is Indian Ocean. All right, I hope you can see. Here it is the Indian Ocean here. So it was not easy for them to move from one place to another place. They have to go through all these. Okay, there is a desert, so they have to go through all these. Okay, hills, high mountains, everything, rivers, but and which make the journey very dangerous but never impossible. See, if you think about now, it is easier for us to move from one place to another place. If you want to go to another state, what will you opt? You'll opt for either bus or by train or even by flight. And if you want to go to another country, obviously by flight or through ship also we can go. But during those time, there was no such privileges, there was no such means through which people could move. Okay, the only option which they had was by working or in their bullock carts. That also after several years, this invention of bullock cart was also after several years during the Harappan civilization and all. Okay, we'll learn about that in our third chapter. But we are talking here about thousands and thousands, 8,000 years before, 2,500 years before, 4,000 years before, isn't it? So that time, even I don't think even bullock cart was also invented. So they'll be either traveling by horse or camel or by walking. And camel also, it is not that you will be on the top of it every time. You have to work, isn't it? You have to go by work. So despite of these like hills, mountains and rivers and seas, the journey was dangerous, but the people, they never lost the spirit. Okay, it was never impossible for them, they went through. So men and women moved in search of livelihood. So this is the reason why they are moving, okay, in search of livelihood. I would like to give you one more example on the present day context. There are so many people from India itself who have went to abroad, isn't it? Who have went to foreign countries for settlement. Why? In search for a better livelihood, in search for a better living standard, isn't it? So there are so many people, they are going, isn't it? They are leaving India and they are settling in the foreign also, because in India there is a very huge population, and because of that there is a unemployment problem, isn't it? Most of the Indian are literate, but if despite of being despite they have degrees, despite they are qualified for everything, they don't get the job. Why? Because of heavy population, because of high population. And for that reason, most of them opt to go outside India also. Okay, so but here it is not like that, but here like to live. Their biggest challenge here, okay, during this ancient time, what was the biggest challenge? The biggest challenge was to survive, was to live. And to survive, what they have to do? They have to eat, isn't it? They have to eat, and for that they need water, they need fruit, they need foods, anything which is been available. So for that purpose, they have to move from one place to another place in search of livelihood, and also to escape from natural disasters like floods or droughts. See, this is what I was talking about. Their other reason for their movement is, in case if there is a flood or drought in the area which they are living, they have to forcefully leave that place and they have to find another place, and they'll be moving out there. Sometimes men marched in armies conquering others' land. So here, like during this kingdom, the kings and kings period, okay, what happened? In order to expand their territory, what happened? Men used to march in armies and they used to conquer other lands, and they used to make that lands their land. And Besides, merchants traveled with caravans or ship carrying valuable goods from place to place. So who are merchants? Merchants are the businessmen, isn't it? Business person who used to do trading. And here caravan, okay, here this caravan means, see, it means a group of people and animal that travel together, for example across a desert. See, it means during those time, okay, like in the present context, if you wanted to know the meaning of caravan, it will be like most of the celebrities they used to have, isn't it? There is a vehicle where there is a kitchen, there is a room, AC, toilet, everything is inside that room, inside that vehicle, and which can move from one place to another place. Wherever they used to go for shooting, the caravan will be going on with them. But about the ancient time, their caravan was the animals, okay, like camel or horse, and in group people used to go, people used to travel for what purpose? For trading. Or ships carrying valuable goods from places to place. And religious teachers walked from village to village, town to town, stopping to offer instruction and advice on the way. And religious teachers, these are the sant or the dharam gurus or the Sufis and way which we have, okay, or the father or the priest of the church. These are the one who used to travel from village to village, because that time they don't have any like permanent address or anything. They'll be traveling and they'll be eating whatever they'll find, and they'll be imparting the knowledge. Here they are going to, they used to give advices to people how to live. They used to give moral values to people. They used to teach people to be to be good, to do good and to help others, okay, like in that way they used to impart their knowledge to other. Finally, some people traveled driven by a spirit of adventure. So there were some people also who traveled out of adventure, okay, out of adventure, like they liked adventure, so they used to travel. Like in present day also there are so many people who used to go for trekking in a very dangerous place, isn't it? There are groups and seasonal, they used to have a season also, isn't it, in which they are off for trekking. For example, there are a group of people who used to go trekking in Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world, isn't it? So in those time also there were people who used to travel perhaps for some adventure, to do something extra, all right, when wanting to discover new and exciting places. All this lead to sharing of ideas between people. So in this movement, while people travel from one place to another place, what was the result? Say, when you meet your friend, for example, when you meet a friend or when you make a friend from other state, what is the advantage that will have? You will know about them, you will know about the country or state where they are living, you know about the food habits, you'll know about the culture, you'll know about the music, everything, isn't it? And again you'll be telling about yours also to them. So just like that, when one people move from, for example here, if you see when they move from Kirtar hills to let us say Vindhyas or in the Ganga river, the people over there will be telling these Vindhyas people that how their life was there, what they had, what they doesn't have, isn't it? They'll be sharing their ideas and what they have discovered and what they used to eat. So in that way, sharing of ideas happen, isn't it, when you meet new peoples. So same thing happened during this time as well. So there is a question here, why do people travel nowadays? Why do people travel? You have any idea why do people travel nowadays? See, the people travel for a better livelihood, as I have told you, same reason here, isn't it? They'll be traveling for vacation out of tourism, isn't it? They'll be traveling for trading purpose, they'll be trading for, some of them might be traveling for their job. So there are various reasons, and you can also say some of the reason which comes in your mind in the comment section. So let me also know what are your thoughts regarding this. Okay, so now look at map 1 once more. Okay, let us see into this map 1 once again. Here, this is the map. I hope you have also opened it. Hills, mountains and seas from the natural frontier of the subcontinent, isn't it? This you can see there, this Himalayas range is all hills. Here also you'll find hills, and here will be sea, and here deserts, isn't it? These are all frontiers, means the border, isn't it? It's a natural border of this subcontinent. And again let me repeat why we are saying this as a subcontinent, because during that time India was not divided into like Pakistan or China or Nepal or Bhutan or Sri Lanka. This whole part was India. Okay, so that's why now we are considering it as a, we are saying it as a subcontinent. Okay, that's why. But now it is, if you see the present day map, it is very much different from this map, isn't it? So that's why we are referring here as a subcontinent. While it was difficult to cross these frontiers, see, as we have already talked, it was difficult, isn't it? There were high rivers, mountains, dangerous mountains, seas, deep seas, all surrounded, isn't it? These are all the borders, we can say natural borders. It was all surrounded by it. So it made them difficult to cross. Those who wanted could and did scale the mountains and cross the sea. So it never made them impossible for the people. Those who wanted, those who thought that no, I will do it, they do it. So for example, in present day also, if you wanted to do something, if you had that spirit, you can do, no matter how dangerous it is or no matter how hard it is, you'll be working hard for it and you'll be achieving it. So just like that, they had this spirit. All right. People from across the frontier also came People from across the frontiers also came into the subcontinent and settled here. So it is not only the people from this frontier move into other frontiers, other parts. Okay, from other parts also they come and settle. For example, here this is the Iran, Afghanistan, everything. These are there, isn't it? So they also came and settled over here. Okay, it is not that only people of this subcontinent they went there and settled. They also came and settled over here. Okay, let us turn into our next page. So these movements of people enriched our culture, tradition. People have shared new ways of carving stones, composing music, and even cooking food. Over several hundred of years. So what happened? Okay, when there is a movement of people, as I've already told you, there is a sharing of ideas. We know more about those people who are living over there, isn't it? So all these make a new ways. Okay, all this gave us new ideas. All this gave those people, those ancient people, new ideas of carving stones. Because for example, during that time in the subcontinent India, okay, their carving of metals was most common. Okay, but when they go outside and when they see there was stone carving also, so they came to know, okay, yes, we can do stone carving as well. So, and again, composing music, the Western music and the traditional music, it's all different, isn't it? Okay, they came about the new music tone, how to compose new music. All right. And cooking food, they have a different dish. Well, suppose you have a different food habit and people from another country will be having a different food habit. For example, let us say Korea, isn't it? You will be seeing that they have a very simple food without any oil, whereas the food which we eat in India is full of oil and masala and all, isn't it? So there is a difference. So all this movement made possible for the shared ideas. We came to know about it. Otherwise, if suppose for example, if people doesn't move, they stayed in one place, then what will happen? They'll not know anything new. They'll not never learn anything new, isn't it? They'll be static and they'll be eating only one thing, which they have been eating since ages. There will be no mixture of ideas, no mixture of cultures, no mixture of music. Everything will be so plain and static. So that's why it is important for us to know about other culture also, isn't it? And during those time, now you have a social media. If you want to know anything, you can search and you'll know very easily. But those time it was not possible. The only way was going, isn't it? Moving in that very place and knowing about it. So we have completed that topic there. Now let's start the new topic here, that is names of the land. See, under this topic what we will learn is that how the name India and Bharat was given. Okay, how it has been named, how our country has been named. All right, I hope you are understanding. If there is any doubt, you kindly let me know in the comment section. Okay, if you like my videos, please click on the like button and share as much as possible. Okay, let us see now the next topic. Two of the words we often use for our country are India and Bharat. This is two words we often use for our country, isn't it? India and Bharat. The word India comes from the Indus, called Sindhu in Sanskrit. See, the word India, it comes from Sanskrit. Okay, and in Sanskrit, what is India known as? India is known as Sindhu. Find Iran and Greece in your atlas. Okay, you can find this. Okay, see, when you open up, you will find that it is in this portion. Okay, it is in this side. The Iranian and the Greeks who came through the northwest about 2500 years ago and were familiar with the Indus call it the Hindus or the Indus, and the land to the east of the river was called India. Okay, see, the Iranian and Greek, okay, who came here in the subcontinent India, okay, through the northwest 25 years ago. See here, Iran and Greece is somewhere here, isn't it? So Indus river is here, so they are familiar about this Indus river. All right, they are familiar about this river. So what happens? And they named the eastern part, okay, eastern part of this river. Eastern part of this river is this part, isn't it? So this river, from this name Indus, these Iranian and Greek people, they started calling this land as India. So in that way, India came to be known. All right, from Indus, like they have pronounced Indos or Hindos, as you can see here. Sorry for that. As you can see here, Hindus or Indos, because of their accent. Okay, they have a different accent, like different accent. So it sounded like Hindus or Indos. So from that, the word India came, and they given the name east of the river as India, east of the river. See, this is the river Indus, and this side is east, isn't it? This side is north, this is south, and this will be western side. So they came from this western side, and they have given this eastern part as a name India. So in that way, India came upon. Okay, the name India came. It is a Sanskrit word which means Sindhu. All right, and now let us see how the name Bharat came. Okay, Bharat, not Bharat, actually Bharat. Okay. Okay, the name Bharat was used for a group of people who lived in the northwest and who were mentioned in the Rig Veda. The earliest composition in Sanskrit dated to about 3500 years ago. Later it was used for the country. Okay, this Bharat, okay, this Bharat was used for a people, okay, so for a specific location, that is the northwest. See here, this part, these people, okay, the people who lived in this region, in this northwest region. This is the north region, isn't it? This is the northeast region, and this is the south region. So here, people who lived here, okay, in this part, they were termed as this. There was a tribe, okay, people who have lived here, so they were called as a Bharat. Okay, initially, okay, initially they were named as Bharat. So slowly, what happened? All over the people of India has been called as a Bharat. So in that way, the name Bharat came upon. All right, I hope you have understood how the name of this India and Bharat was given. Okay, if there is any doubt, do let me know in the comment section, and we'll do our this next topic, finding out about the past, in our next video. Till then, you revise the previous video as well. Okay, it will be better for you. And if you like it, please like and subscribe to my channel, so that it will motivate me to make more and more videos. I'll bring more and more videos as much as possible. So everyone, take care and bye.